Ladies and gentlemen, approximately a year ago, the Democratic Alliance wrote to the FBI begging them to come to South Africa and investigate the state president, Cyril Ramaphosa. The DA basically said the SIU, the police of South Africa, cannot do a good job, so they don't trust them. So they wanted outside interference. It's the DA that told us, the South Africans and their followers, that the ANC has got absolutely no principle, because it's the same ANC that protected Jacob Zuma, from the Nkandla issue, using their numerical advantage in Parliament. The same DA told us South Africans that the ANC has got no morals because they are protecting Cyril Ramaphosa from the impeachment in Parliament because of their numerical advantage in Parliament. Well. Guess what? 12 months later, DA says it will not support a motion of impeachment to the president they elected. Never. So what's the difference here? Who's fooling who? Guys, I'm a politician. I know, guys. And then, guys, listen.
Let me make a prediction. Because the ANC doesn't know what it stands for anymore, because it can't revert to principles, because it hasn't got any, believe me, in my lifetime, I will see that party die too. I will see that party die too.
The law must apply to them equally. They must be above reproach, and they must stick to, it shouldn't matter who the president of the Republic of South Africa is, the law must apply to them equally. They must be above reproach, and they must stick to the values and principles and the oath of office that they took and swore to uphold. So in light of that, these 9 steps have been taken. Some of them are parliamentary action steps. Some of them will be steps that involve outside agencies. And the first one I can announce is that I've written to the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, to request that they investigate allegations of possible money laundering by the president. Specifically, we've requested that the FBI considers investigating the source of the funds and whether the money was brought into South Africa legitimately and declared to the appropriate authorities. We've also recommended that the ledgers or journals which recorded the alleged sale of wild game at an auction be requested from the president to determine the identities of those involved in the suspicious cash transactions. A cash transaction within South Africa involving $4 million is deeply suspicious, and more so that since then that the cash was allegedly stashed in furniture, and its theft investigated off the record and subsequently covered up.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva, Mr. Easy Imali Enengi, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I want to cover this thing of, the DA. Yeah, no, guys, let me tell you something. Don't trust politicians. Vuga uzenzele taki. Vuga uzenzele taki. That's what I'm saying to you guys. The Democratic Alliance has signed an agreement, a consent form with the ANC, and they have agreed that, listen, we are not going to impeach our president. But they don't say it in you cannot trust these people, guys. The ANC, by the way, this parliament that is sitting is going to dissolve very soon. We're going to be voting very soon. They must not get too comfortable in their seats. Anyway, they must not get too comfortable. We are going to dissolve this whole thing, and we're going to re-vote again, and the votes are going to be properly counted this time around. So, in the first sitting of Parliament, the EFF wrote to the Speaker, emailed her office. They were preparing her, emailing her, and then making sure that they if she does not get the email, they bring their hard copy. You know, Floyd Shivambo, I like Floyd Shivambo. This is what Floyd Shivambo said to the Speaker on the first day of...
To a letter using Rule 119 of the National Assembly rules to request that you should invoke Section 8(9) subsection 1 of South Africa's Constitution to invoke the impeachment process in relation to the report which was tabled here in the National Assembly in relation of Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa's involvement in the Phala case. So we have sent that letter that as an immediate issue of focus and area of focus, and a motion that should be invoked as per Rule 119 of the National Assembly rules, that the immediate urgent motion that we must attend to should be the impeachment process of Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa for the case which was established to have prima facie basis by a panel which was led by a former Chief Justice of the Constitutional Court. We have also delivered the hard copy letters to you now, and the Deputy Speaker of the Democratic Alliance, so that you can pay attention to it as a matter of urgency. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you know, I'm just laughing, but my laugh is, how could the ANC not have seen Guti laba sekakeni la? How can they not see? How is it possible that you trust the DA? The DA cannot allow the ANC to lead in anything. And that's another video I'm going to speak about. Let's stick to Phala. Now, on a radio interview, Gogo, racist Hallen Zille, was asked a question. Gogo, will you vote against the president of the country if a motion of an impeachment to impeach him comes to your table in Parliament? And she wanted to say, because white people need to juggle this thing right, because you remember there's still a lot of white people that are saying they are not happy with what the DA did, but they are still monitoring if the DA will keep their principles. Because remember, it's the DA that told us the ANC has got no principle. They're using their majority in Parliament to protect their presidents or to protect crime. That is what the DA was telling us over the years, since the Zuma times. So now you would expect that when the DA gets a motion of no confidence of impeachment, they will look at the merits of the case and decide. We must really decide on the more, if is this thing true or false? Did this person mess up his oath, or is it just a story? That is what we expect from the DA to do. Not me, but that's what people expect from the DA. I don't trust the DA nagancane. Listen to this. Listen to what Hallen Zille said. Guys,
I don't understand that.
Yeah. Okay, so before we wrap up, I want to give the listeners an opportunity to ask some questions. I've got a question now from, who's this now? Guy who says, good morning, Clement. And may you please pose for me these questions to Hallen Zille. The first one is, will the DA support the impeachment of President Cyril Ramaphosa on the Phala matter if this issue is resuscitated in Parliament?
Well, we will only support the impeachment if the evidence suggests that there should be an impeachment. But I don't think we are now in a position, given the fact that we have signed a statement of intent, to start impeaching a president we've just voted for. Mm-hmm. That was the agreement we've made. We haven't said in future that we will never, ever do anything, but we will not support a motion of no confidence in the president, because that was part of the agreement. Mm-hmm. We said we will not support a motion of no confidence in him, and that is definitely part of the agreement. But if any evidence emerges of criminal wrongdoing or something like that, we would have to take a look at the issues and deal with them inside the government of national unity, no question. Yeah. We cannot be held hostage, but we have voted for Cyril Ramaphosa, and we've agreed that we won't make the government unstable by voting votes of no confidence in each other all the time.
Yeah. And next.
At first, she wanted to say we will support it if there is evidence. At first, she wanted to say that, but then she remembered, I can't do that because on the agreement with me and the ANC, we agreed that we will not support a motion of no confidence of impeachment on the president. That it's in the documents that they've signed. Are those documents binding all the way to the point that they cannot break them? Let me tell you, no. This coalition government is going to break at a convenient time for the DA to take over. They're going to run along with the ANC up until to a convenient time where they feel, okay, now if we break the ANC here before the local elections or whatever, the ANC will be so weak that they won't be able to recover. And remember, what the ANC has that what the DA has that the ANC does not have is the IFP. The IFP is a mini ANC. The IFP is a mini. The IFP is a mini DA. The IFP. You don't trust those people. The reason why the IFP and the DA are running so many municipalities in KwaZulu-Natal is because they are working together there. They are working together, and they tried to work together now to kick out Umkhonto weSizwe. We'll see. Umkhonto weSizwe is taking them to court because the NFP are in a seat. So there you hear it, ladies and gentlemen. It's the same DA that are now saying, listen, we have an agreement not to support that motion. So it tells you one thing. Politicians will always do what is best for their stomach and their party. That's why we cannot trust them. That is why Pan-Africanism is important, because Pan-Africanism puts the people first before any other organization. Before your organization, we can come from different political backgrounds. We can come from different religious backgrounds and everything. But when we sit as Pan-Africanists, we put the people first. That is what Pan-Africanism is. But, in politics, you have to toe and match the party line. You cannot be walking outside that line. You will be called to discipline. You'll be impeached. You'll be taken out because you are not agreeing with the party line. You're not marching according to the party line. So you can't have values and morals of your own. You can't. So this reason that the DA signed those papers to protect Cyril Ramaphosa is what the ANC think is going to save Cyril Ramaphosa for 5 years. It's not going to happen. Somebody please tell them. Do not trust the DA. The IFP and the ANC are going to find out the hard way that white people don't allow black people to lead them. Doesn't happen. It does not happen. I'm going to address it on a video where Hallen Zille is saying Fikile Mbalula did not read the papers. They can't do as they please as the ANC. Hey, guys, it's gonna get hot, and probably they're gonna get Ministry of the Presidency. I don't know how the ANC is going to try and juggle this because they have signed themselves fast with the DA. They cannot move now without consulting the DA. This is what the ANC want. This is what the ANC mean by the people said we must work together. Meaning they must go and kiss the asses of the DA. Anyway, yeah, guys, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Thank you for all the people who have subscribed to the channel, liked, and all the comments. I'm trying to respond to most of them, but they are becoming too much, man. So thank you so much for the support, guys. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Let's meet on the next one. And don't forget to support our sister channel, African Mojolo, with your boy King. More content is coming on that channel. Also, we're building it, trying to hit it on 1,000 subscribers. Please, guys, when you watch that channel, please click the subscribe button. Thank you so much, guys. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. After you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.